Howdy ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video on War Thunder. Once again it's the Modzok, I think the map is called. In my Spitfire this time, at least to start with. It's a Spitfire Mark IIA. I should have got the Mark IIB, but I was too derp and hadn't registered when I first started playing that the two mini aircraft on the one icon meant that there was two to select, so I ended up just going boom 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 and clicking one, and I ended up with the one without the cannons. But in the long run it's probably better off, as the Mark IIB has an actual higher battle ranking, so it would have been put in a higher ranking, so I would probably got owned a little bit more. Not to say that people at higher levels are extremely good. I'm sure there's just as many ship players. You know, initially see as I'm flying around I have a bit of difficulty controlling the aircraft. This is a game from about a week ago. Still trying to get into the habit of flying properly. I've just changed my controls into more advanced. I'm now hovering around looking for my first proper victim, and I believe it's going to be the P40. I'm going to fly over the top and going to zoom down and do a little bit of fighting. Although Spitfires and Hurricanes are good at they're dogfighters, I find that fighting above people and then doing a bit of zooming and after behind their tail is my preferred way of playing at the moment, because I just don't have the speed of movement. So I'm going to lay in a few shots, and this bit here is kind of part of what the main video is about. So I get a crit in there, take out his left wing, and you'll notice that when I was fighting after that Kitty Hawk, there were 4 or 5 friendly aircraft, and I just started shooting. Now I'm trying not to do this because it is too detrimental to my points, and there we go, I get the Kitty Hawk loses his tail control and I get my first kill, so that's all good. And I didn't actually hit a friendly, but that is something that is going to happen later on, and it will be explained towards the end of the video where I can show you my scores. But you see a lot in this game, and I rage about it all the time, is when you're going after an enemy aircraft, you're the only one fighting it at the time, you shoot it from the rear, and then all of a sudden there's bullets whizzing past you. They're clipping your wings, they're going into your tail, you're losing control, and you're no longer able to take down the aircraft because you've got to zoom out the way. And then when you look back, it's not actually the enemy, it's a friendly, because he doesn't give a shit. Now I'm going on after an I-16, is it an I-16? Yeah, an I-16 type 18 Ishak, long-winded name. Get a few hits on, nearly crash into the back of it, and to pull up. But yeah, they'll just start shooting, they just want to get the kill, that's all they say. Oh, nice assist. And as long as they get their points and their kill, they don't give a flying fuck whether they shoot you or not. And it really, really pisses me off. However, that's not to say I don't and haven't done it myself. Like everybody else, especially as a new player, you can get a little bit tunnel vision. You can get a little bit frustrated that you haven't shot anything, and then when you see someone you just start blatting away. And it's not about just when you slot onto the enemy tail and start shooting through your opponent and your friendly. It's when you're also shooting as they're flying into other friendlies. I'm coming after another I-16 here. Not really a good descent, because anyone that's coming from the side could probably track me because I'm not really paying attention. But if we have a look on the radar, it just so happens that there isn't anyone there and all the enemy are in front. So throwing a few shots, my aim is completely and utterly off. You know, anyone would think that I'd have Parkinson's. I get a crit, manage to take out his right flap, nearly get taken out by my own teammate. I was considering then flying back over and seeing if I can get a few more shots in, but I decided not to and leave it, and I'm going to get some altitude because I don't want to be down in that shitstorm by the airfield. Everyone seems to love fighting down by the airfield. I'm not sure why, because you're literally just going to get your ass handed to you if you mess about too much. I see a MiG-3 coming in after 2 of my friends. Oh, and got the kill there on that I-16 from earlier. Hit a friendly aircraft there, but it's not really my fault, he was flying through. And now I'm on the tail of this MiG-315, get a few shots in, and I crash. Oh well, not a lot we can do there. But I didn't actually crash because I crashed into the back of that plane. If you slow it down, you'll actually see that one of our friendly aircraft decided to turn in and try and shoot him from the front while there's 2 of us shooting him from the back, which is always a good idea. Don't do that, ladies and gentlemen. If there are friendly aircraft shooting at an enemy, do not turn into them and try and go head on, because stuff like that happens. You end up just crashing and ruining everybody's day, and we'll all just think you're an absolute bellend. Now I've swapped over onto my Hurricane Mark II. I've got bombs on it at the moment. I just recently after this I get my torpedoes, and I do a bit of trolling, trying to get some lucky bomb drops every now and again if there's a plane going past, you know, just for the lols, because you never know, one day I might get a good clip for it happening. But I'm just getting the feel of my Hurricane, getting some altitude, having a look around, seeing what's going on, see if there's anyone free to take out. And as I see everyone's going towards the airfield, I spot this Yak 7 chasing down a friendly Su-2. So I think I'm not going to have any of that. I'm going to go in after him and start coming in. Going to get this fine art expert, get a few shots in, aim again, not very good. Pull some G's, pull over. Now got to make sure where they're going. Okay, so he's now going to swap onto that friendly who's after the Havoc. And I'm going to keep shooting at this Yak 7, get a crit on him, but nothing special, no extra damage to him, nothing broken, so I keep shooting. And there we go, I managed to take out his wing and then destroy him, and then keep turning straight round onto this Havoc that was being chased by the friendly. Get some shots in, get a crit in, knock out his gunner, keep going. I'm worried now that I might have a tail, but gonna keep shooting anyway. Take out his right wing, and that's enough for me. I know that I'm going to get shot down by somebody coming forward, or one of my teammates if I'm not careful. So I pull out, have a look around, see if there's anyone else, and I get the kill as well, so that's good. I did enough damage to him. So it's always good, as you can see there, to actually help a friendly. Now this here is where my proper friendly fire comes in. I'm shooting at him. There's actually 9 aircraft in that area, and you'll hear the audio indicator that I was actually just shooting, or I just hit one of my friendlies. And nothing of it. I just carried on, fired up. I see 2 MiG-3s coming, one's coming in at some speed. I decide that I'm going to take out the slower one, so I'm going to like pop over, spin around, and come down on top of him and start shooting at him. And then you'll see, oh, aircraft destroyed. Friendly aircraft, 3,050 points deducted, because apparently I've shot down a friendly aircraft. And the only thing I can put it down to is when I was shooting that I-16 on the airfield, I must have critically hit one of my own teammates and done enough damage to him that it ended up causing him to crash when he got shot down by somebody else. And watching that, you'll see that I didn't really intentionally do it, but I should have known better. I shouldn't have been so blinkered on trying to get that easy shots in on the I-16, especially when there were so many aircraft around. Not enemy aircraft, rather, friendly aircraft. And in hindsight, I'm like, Raz, you're an absolute cock. What did you do that for? And I didn't actually see that come up at the time. I thought it was just like a critical hit. I thought it was like, oh yeah, I'm getting cool points and stuff, and I was too focused on shooting the I-16. When we get towards the end of the game, you'll see how detrimental that one mistake of hitting the friendly aircraft once or twice actually did to my score. So now we're flying over. I see a Wellington, thinking he's an easy kill. I'm going to boom over the top, see if I can hit the pilot from the top, but then I realise that I'm actually too far away and not over him enough. So I start firing in some shots, a bit too early, get a few hits, keep going, a few more hits there. Can't remember if I actually killed him or not. But yes, I do. I actually got the kill on him, so that's good. Flight rescue or fighter rescue. Now I'm on an airstreak of 3, so we're not doing too bad. The game wasn't the worst game in the world. I think I end up getting 6 kills and a number of assists, but you will certainly agree with me, anyone that's actually played War Thunder before, or anyone that knows about computer games, I'm not exactly the best player. I'm pretty dire when it comes to it. It's just that the other team were, and the other players on my team were all worse than I were. But they managed to take him out. Nope, I thought one of them had crashed. If I hadn't, it was me dropping a bomb to troll, but I dropped it far too late. Here I see a Typhoon, and he's gaining on me. So I'm pretty positive at this moment in time that he's actually trying to come after me. He's probably got more speed than I do. Yes, he does. So I'm going to head back towards my own team. Hopefully they will actually be able to protect me. You can hear the engine sputtering out as I'm giving it some full whip. And luckily one of my friendly comrades does actually see him coming and goes straight for him and takes him out. So that's good. I don't have to worry about the Typhoon on my tail, because I was then going to have to try and push more into the cluster down there, because he was going to be coming in behind me, shoot me in the ass, and nobody likes getting shot in the ass. Okay, so now we're flying away from our own airfield that we've capped. We've basically shot down most of their aircraft, and we're going to be flying over towards their base. I'm thinking, do I want to go for this BB-1? He's all by himself. And then the Typhoon that just got shot down that was chasing us comes in as a bow fighter. And then we get a Kitty Hawk coming in as well. And I'm thinking this is good, because neither of these aircraft is really going to cause me any problems if I can get behind them. And they don't seem to be too bothered about me, because there's no one making a climb for it. So I'm just having a look around, checking my surroundings, seeing if there's any enemies coming in from the side that I've not spotted yet. And it looks like they're all content on just trying to get our friend here. So it means I can now drop down onto the Kitty Hawk. And it's actually neat. Get a few hits in there. Miss quite a few because I'm terrible. Get a critical, take out his right wing, keep firing, and we set him on fire. And my friendly shoots me, although it doesn't really do any damage to me. And there we go, get the kill and get a 4 airspeed. And get 150 silver lines for it. So we're not doing too bad. You know, we've got a few kills here. We're bombing on along. And now we're going to fly over towards the enemy air base. And if anyone is actually paying attention, you'll see that I've only got 19 bullets left in my machine gun. I hadn't registered this, so I hadn't bothered to reload. So I'm about to fly in to at least three enemies, you know, 3 bogeys, thinking, right, I'm going to get the drop on one of these. They're not going to see me coming. They're too focused down now on the guys on the ground. I'm going to be able to come in over the top, and I'm going to be able to shoot one down. We've also got a TBF coming in, Happy 100-500, that's the Kitty Hawk we just shot down, I believe. And looking at these, I'm thinking, I'm going to go for that Spitfire. Mostly because he was the Typhoon that tried to sneak up behind me that got shot. And he obviously got taken out in his bow fighter class. I'm thinking, yeah, I'm going to get the Spitfire. I'm going to come in from behind, and I'm going to shoot him in the ass. So we come in, making our approach. He's going to come down. I think he's going to start turning, is he? Yes, he starts to turn. I think I'll get some shots in. Oh, I'm out of ammo. There we go. So there's your lesson, ladies and gentlemen. Always look how much ammo you've got and reload. It's always a good idea when you've got some downtime and you haven't looked around to reload, because you never know when you're going to need the ammo. And that's the end of the game. That's like 6 kills. And normally that wouldn't be a bad score. And this is where I'm going to pause it. Okay, so this is the scoreboard. As you can see, I managed to get myself an eye as a reward for my decals. And I got 6 aircraft destroyed, so that's 5,610 points. And then I got my crits and my hits and my assists, and get points for all those. My mission reward is 6,813. And then we get down to friendly kills, and I have 1. So that is 3,500 taken off my score. My final score is 14,941. Now, if I hadn't have got that friendly kill, I would have had nearly 18,000 points, which is a lot better than 15,000. Now, I know that it's negligible, but the bit that is the kicker is not so much the fact that I lost that. It's that when you compare that one friendly kill to my actual aircraft destroy points, I literally only ended up getting 2,600-ish points because of it. So it basically took away 3 of my kills for killing one of my own friendlies that I didn't intentionally do. So the moral of the story is, when you're going into a cluster, if you're chasing an enemy aircraft into a big batch of your own team, don't bother shooting, because if you do accidentally get a critical hit on him and he goes down, you are going to lose a fuck ton of points. And that is basically what I wanted to say from this video, and maybe something for the new players like myself, that yes, it's nice to go after aircraft, and you might think, oh yeah, I'm going to get him, I'm going to get a kill and it's going to be amazing. But if you accidentally kill one of your own, you basically need to get 2 more kills to balance out what you've just done to your own team. So there we go. Be careful. Watch where you're shooting. I've been Draz, and this has been another War Thunder video. Until next time, I'll see you later.